Marco Fabian. So the Philadelphia Union were in a must-win, but not really situation. Since the Union come back from international break, we've seen a much different team and a different performance, you might say, with only one win in 5 matches. But the Union just finished off their match against the Chicago Fire, and here on DOOP By The River, we're going to review that match. And stay tuned, my Duperos, because that's all coming up next. Dale! That is right, and welcome everyone to DOOP By The River, the show where we follow everything Philadelphia Union with me, El Parcero Philly. And if this is the first time you're tuning in to DOOP By The River, or if you're returning back, I just want to say thank you for tuning in. Well, please, hit the subscribe button, hit the bell button for notifications to help me grow soccer here in Philadelphia. So the Philadelphia were going into this match needing a win here. They have not been playing up to their potential over the past couple matches, and they needed a win to solidify there wasn't a decline happening this season. And this was the perfect opportunity as they were heading back home after that embarrassing loss to RSL against a reeling Chicago Fire team. And boy, did the Union show up. Let's dive into the formations in the starting 11 that the Union used against the Chicago Fire. And as the formation, Jim Kirsch stuck with the 4-4-2 diamond, which was the right call in the end. And in starting in goal, who else? Our Jamaican, our goalie, Andre Blake, got the start again, and he came up big in this match. He didn't have a lot of difficulty, he wasn't under a lot of duress, but however, when the Union needed him most, he would step up. Great match by our goalie, Andre Blake. In the back four, much to my surprise, Jim Kirsch stuck with the same four. We saw from left to right, Kai Wagner, Austin Trusty, Jack Elliott, and Ray Gaddis. Now, in the preview video, I mentioned that I felt like the performance of this back four was absolutely pitiful. And I felt Jim Kirsch might need to switch things up a little bit just to prevent any comfortability with any of those players in the back four. He still stuck with Austin Trusty and Ray Gaddis when I said we should have gone with Mark McKenzie and RJ Allen. And to be honest with you guys, it was the right move for Jim Kirsch. And he demonstrated that he still has trust in both players, and that's going to be crucial going on down the line. And both players stepped it up and had pretty solid matches. It was definitely a step up in performance from what we have seen over the last couple weeks. Kai Wagner came back from injury, and he was again a contributor for the attack for the Philadelphia Union. In the midfield, starting from left to right again, we saw Brandon Aronson, Harris Meduninen, our captain Alejandro Bedoya, and at the tip of the diamond, Marco Fabian. Now, guys, we have to talk about this midfield because this was the brightest area in the pitch for this team here. Last week against RSL, this midfield got dominated, and they lost that battle in that midfield. Let's start with Brandon Aronson, who had the best match we have seen in a very long time. We saw a much more calm and collective Brandon Aronson, and we even saw a little bit of skill from the youngster. I was absolutely pleased to see what I saw from Brandon. But the story of the match had to have been Marco Fabian. He has been a player who's been going through a lot of scrutiny this season, dealing with injury, and now that we see a much more healthier Marco Fabian, he wasn't clicking with the rest of the team, what it perhaps seemed to look like. However, Marco Fabian, on the eve of his 30th birthday, came up huge in this match. Not only getting the goal, but we saw a much more confident Marco Fabian. Now, does he create opportunities for other players? Not so much. He's creating more opportunities for himself, but I believe with the more comfortable he feels playing with this Union squad, we will see some more aspects of Marco Fabian, and I believe we will see him distribute the ball a little bit more. But we have mentioned that the time we need Marco Fabian the most is going to become later on down the line, September, October time, when we're getting closer to playoffs. We're going to need him to step it up for us and score some goals. In the 61st minute, Jim Kirsch would sub in Anthony Fontana for Marco Fabian. And like I mentioned with Matt Rial and Olivier Mbazio, give the man some more minutes. Anthony has proved that he deserves some more minutes with the first team, so let's give the man some more minutes. He was an absolute contributor from the moment he stepped on the pitch for the Union, and bravo, for real, for Anthony. In the 77th minute, we saw El Sino come in to finish off the Chicago Fire. He had a couple nice moves on the Chicago Fire back line, but didn't put a goal in or didn't assist on a goal, but yet still was a good match back for El Senior. Missed the last 3 matches with injury. Up top, we saw Kacper Przybyłko and Fafa Picault get the start again. In the preview, I thought we'd see Andrew Voot come on as a starter, with Fafa coming out in the second half as the sub, but we saw Fafa get the start here, and I'm not going to be mad at that, obviously. Both these guys would play good again. Kacper Przybyłko would get an assist on the second goal. We will see what's going to happen from here on out because we have a good situation on our hand. We got 3 solid strikers for 2 positions. Man, the sky's the limit for this position. Warner Crayval would come in the 90th minute for Fafa Picault just to close this match out. Now, the scoreline might say otherwise, but from the moment this match started, the Union absolutely dominated, and there was no doubt that the Union were going to win this match here. We mentioned before, we're talking about a Chicago Fire team that's reeling. They're going through a dysfunctional season. The fans, seems like the front office, the team, and the coach staff, everyone that has to do with Chicago Fire pretty much have given up on the team. In the 11th minute, Marco Fabian got the first goal to kick things off with a nice long shot from outside the box to put the Union up 1-0. We know how Marco loves his long shots. We've seen it throughout his whole career. This goal is going to be up there for one of the prettiest goals that we've seen in Marco Fabian's career. For the next 50 or so minutes, the Union would just concentrate on possessing the ball. They would have some opportunities, but we saw them dominate in the possession aspect at points of this match. And in the 65th minute, 4 minutes after being subbed on, Anthony Fontana would find empty space in the center of the box where Kacper Przybyłko would fight off a defender to central the ball into that box. And Anthony Fontana would get a goal to put the Union up 2-0. I can't tell you how nice it is to see homegrown, especially like Anthony Fontana, who's gone through some adversity in the past 2 years with the Union, get a goal. It was really refreshing to see his reaction. He really didn't know what to do out there, and he eventually just went off to go celebrate with the rest of his teammates. What a great goal by Anthony Fontana. The Union would give Chicago a couple more scares, but in the end, Chicago had nothing for the Union, as the Union would win this match 2-0 as the final score. And this was absolutely the result we needed here. We talked about it before in the preview and in the last review match for the Union. The Union needed to come out in this match not only ready to play, but I wanted to see a little bit of an edge. I wanted to see some anger. And all honesty, I saw that. I saw a confident team who got after it from the first minute to the 90th minute, and I applaud these guys. This has been a really refreshing season, not only being in first place, but seeing this Union team win those little battles little by little. Honestly, both these teams weren't far off as far as level-wise. You know, if you look at the stat sheet, you would have thought this match was a tie or, you know, even a 1-0 win by the Union. But we saw the Union get 14 shots with 3 of them on target and 55% of possession, while the Fire only had 12 shots, 3 shots on target, and 45% of possession. Yet the Union, from first to the last minute, were the more confident team and outworked Chicago. They really deserve this win here. And now when we look at the standings here for the Philadelphia Union, they are still in first place. We have 39 points. But in second place, Atlanta United, we have talked about them resurging all throughout the season, and now they're right behind us again with 36 points, with that matchup coming at the end of next month, which will be really fun to watch. In third place, we've seen DC United fall back. In fourth, we got that North Jersey Energy Drink team with 34 points. In fifth place, we have NYCFC with 32 points. In sixth place, we have Montreal Impact with 30 points. We will obviously discuss them in full depth as they are our next opponent, but Montreal have really declined as well after being in second to third for most of this season. Now in seventh place, we have the resurgent New England Revolution, who have crawled back into a playoff spot and are one of the hottest teams in MLS right now. They got 30 points. But right behind them, Toronto FC, who have 29 points and are probably going to be knocking on the door, if not in the playoffs, coming up with the rest of the MLS season to be played. Guys, this was a great, fun win for the Philadelphia Union. And honestly, I don't know a better way to celebrate Columbia Independence Day than down in Chester with the Union family getting 3 points. What a day it was. If you want to see how that day went, I'll put the link up here in the corner, but definitely check out my match day at Chester on Columbia Independence Day. It was a blast, so definitely check that out, guys. But those are my thoughts on this match against Chicago Fire. please, in the comments below, I want to hear you guys. Let me know what you guys thought about this match and us going forward. But please hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, hit the bell button for notifications, and share this on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, whatever you guys use on social media, just to help me grow soccer here in Philadelphia. And until next time, my Duperos, Doop on.